Hey everyone, this is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row. Thanks so much for listening to the following broadcast, courtesy of Public House Media.
Hey, it's Baxter Colburn here from Public House Media. Did you know that we just added a store here at Public House Media? No, I'm not talking about a grocery store where you can go buy apples or bananas or peanut butter, which are all fantastic, especially when peanut butter's on all of those. Anyway, we've added a store here at Public House Media so you can not only come and represent your favorite podcast network, but also represent your favorite shows as well, too. Just go over to thephmedia.com and look in the top right corner where you'll see the button that says Store. Click on that and you can search through all of our great products. Or if you go to our Facebook page, Public House Media, you can see on the left-hand side a tab that says Store. All of our products are listed there as well too. It's the new Public House Media store. You don't want to miss it. It is fantastic. Buy some of that great swag to support your favorite shows and to support Public House Media. Check it out today.
This is Ryan Pierce, host of Completely Serious here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Completely Serious, where we talk about sports and have fun with great guests. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Completely Serious. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
The goals we usually set for ourselves, whether they're to get fit, get organized, do better in our jobs, be a better parent, be a better wife, they can all be achieved as long as we have the willpower to do it, right? Good morning. My name is Kim Meyer. Welcome to Choose to Rise here on Public House Media. We are sponsored today and going forward with the Good God Company. And I just want to say thank you to them for sponsoring Choose to Rise and a couple other shows here on Public House Media. It feels so good to be recognized and to know that we are empowering other people because of their generous hospitality and willingness to help us spread the word of good vibes and good tribes to everyone else. So the Good God Company talks about putting on the full armor of God in their own way with empowering, motivational, spiritual, inspirational t-shirts and accessories. And I am so glad that they are joining forces here with us on Choose to Rise and Public House Media and being able to help spread the word of positivity to everyone else. So this morning I want to talk to you about, continue our series with willpower. We've last Monday on live here in Public House Media, I talked about what willpower is and why we need it. And today I'm going to give you some tips, tricks, kind of some habits to form in order to increase your willpower so that you can have more of it and have more success. So like I said at the very beginning, a lot of our goals that we set, we need willpower to achieve. We need to have the staying power, the confidence, the get with it and stick with it kind of attitude to get going there. It seems like the goals that we set for ourselves, whatever they may be, are always achieved by the willpower that we have. The trouble is the willpower is not something that can magically appear. It's something that we have to derive inside of us. It's something that we have to work on. It takes much more than just talking yourself into doing something. And it's often described as a metaphorical muscle. It's something that you need to continue to train and you need to continue to grow in order to have more willpower. So on the flip side, willpower is not just an unlimited resource. You can overexhaust it as well, and to the point where you want to give up. So it's a certain kind of like a gas tank per se. You have to fill it up all the time, but you also have to keep working on it so that your gas tank can get bigger. So today I'm going to give you some strategies for increasing that willpower, for getting more out of yourself, for making your willpower last longer, right? Kind of gets into some efficiencies here. And a lot of these strategies come from author and Dr. Kelly McGonigal. And so I want to share that with you as well, that these are her ideas. I'm obviously going to put my own spin on things, but know that these 8 tips come directly from her. So number 1, meditate. Meditate. Yes, I am bad at this. However, I'm working on improving it, right? I'm living proof that you can get better at something, and I'm going to be working alongside it right along with you. So I encourage you to meditate. Meditate for just 5 to 10 minutes a day, and you'll see that remarkable change in your willpower. I know on the days that I do kind of ground myself, center myself, get into a zone kind of into that meditation, that it really helps me get out of the instant mindset. It really helps me really focus on what my end goal is going to be and not just that impulsive behavior. And don't worry about if you're really bad at it at first. It's something that you have to work on to get better at. I know the first few times I started meditating, my mind was just all over the place. I really had to focus on really practicing that NT mindset and just being in control of your thoughts. And so the more you practice it, the better you'll actually get at moving forward towards your goal of recognizing your impulses and being in control of your system and your body and increasing your willpower. Because if you can focus your thoughts and you can really focus your mind and body all at the same time, you are increasing that willpower just with that activity and with that work. The second thing that you need to do as a healthy habit to help your willpower increase is to relax. Now that may seem like a monumental task for some of you, but relaxing will help ease your stress and your anxiety, which will then turn your boosts into willpower reserve. You might think that's easy to start just kick back and like watch a TV show or a big meal. However, true relaxation, according to Dr. McGonigal, is that it's giving your body and mind a break to trigger the physiological relaxation responses. So in a relaxed state, your heart rate and your breathing slow down, your blood pressure drops, your muscles release tension, and a lot more. So I would highly say, I would suggest that you don't sit and watch TV show, that you don't sit and read a book, that you don't even listen to music. Just lay in bed with your eyes closed, and some people call this sleeping. But you don't sleep, just relax yourself. Let your body release the tension. Let your body stop flexing your muscles. Just relax and be. Studies show that people who practice this daily relaxation exercise have healthier physiological responses to stressful willpower challenges. So when you have more sleep, when you have more relaxed system, you're able to say no to the things that you shouldn't be doing, and you're able to control your system and control your body, and know that kind of train your mind and your mindset that you are in control and that you can do hard things. Number 3, make small deadlines. We kind of talked about this the other day. And looking at that end goal and like getting overwhelmed by it, but to breaking it down instead. And so researchers have found that if participants control one small thing that they are not used to controlling, it helps train and strengthen the willpower muscle to know that they can hit one small thing that gives them the confidence to continue to keep going and hit the next small thing. And hitting small deadlines along the way helps you not only get more conditioning to knowing that you're strong enough to do hard things, but it also helps you take small bites to get to the end goal instead of trying to do it all at once. If you can try to tackle a piecemeal piece, for example, if your goal is to eat healthy, you can set a mini goal of just browsing the produce aisle at the supermarket, or you can swap one meal instead of another. You can start cooking at home instead of going out to eat the next week. Take it piece by piece. Don't try to do everything all at once. And by keeping these small deadlines for a few months and without realizing it, you're going to be accomplishing way more. And it's going to have a compound effect to help you move forward and increase your willpower overall. The 4th thing that you can do is remember the reasoning. Because you give all your impulse, try to remember why you resolved not to do it in the first place. Think of your long-term goals and compare them to your short-term satisfactions you get from caving into temptations. And then you'll realize that treat now is a threat and an obstacle to your goal, and you can quickly move around it. So when you are thinking about what it is that you want at the end, keep that why in your head. A lot of times when I talk with my clients and I talk with my coaches, it's about what is it your end goal, and what I'm doing right now serving my end goal. What is the why that keeps me going in a hard workout? What is the why that keeps me from putting down that cookie? What is the why that is going to help me focus in on what I want to achieve so that I can keep that in my head and my vision and use that as fuel in my motivation? Number 5, be supportive of yourself, not critical. You need to be your number one fan. And if you're not your number one fan, you need to definitely plug into somebody that is your number one fan. And then change your own mindset so that you can become your number one fan. There's nothing more draining than your willpower faster than guilt and shame. So don't try to incentivize yourself by beating yourself up over failures. Focus on what you can do instead of what you should not do. For example, resolve to eating more healthy meals instead of restricting your desserts. If you are berating yourself and trying with the whole trigger of, well, what the heck effect, then which basically derails you from going after a goal going for the goal after you make a mistake, and makes you more susceptible to temptation. So if you are kind of that all or nothing person, you need to let go of that. But you just need to give yourself some grace. Know that you are always going to be moving towards your goal. And even if you have one step back, you can make 3 steps forward. And just kind of think of it this way. If you had a hole in one tire of your car, would you go slash the other 3? No, that'd be really expensive. And 2, why do that? You have 3 good tires to keep moving forward on. Put on the spare and let's keep going, right? So if you are focusing on the things that you can do, focus on the things that you're doing right. Do a strength-based mindset. That will help you not only get over the small mistakes that could lead into big ones, and you're also not guaranteeing yourself your failure by quitting. So make sure that you're being supportive of yourself. Give yourself grace and move forward with positivity, and you will get there much faster. Number 6, pre-commit. Recommit to what it is that you want to achieve. Making it inconvenient for you to give into your temptation, it won't stop you, but it will make it harder to go against your goals. So for example, if you're going to schedule a session with a personal trainer, or you have a workout group that you get a part of, or if you have an accountability group that you're with me or another coach or whatever, or if you have a set amount of cash in your budget. Maybe I did this when I was younger, when I was working on some financial things. Like I would take my check would get put into my account, and I would move a certain amount of it over into a savings, so that the only amount that I saw in my account was the stuff that I knew that I needed to live on. And so when you can stick to a budget like that, or if you do the Dave Ramsey model with the envelopes, and know that you can that you can pre-commit to a certain deadline, that you're going to commit yourself to this goal, and you're going to stick to it. So pre-commit to something. Put something in place so that it's harder to cheat. It's harder to not do what you want to do. So tell people about it. Get an accountability group. Reconnect with somebody. Make sure that you are setting up a system that's going to make it hard for you not to do what you need to do. For me, getting up in the morning, I took this tip from Mel Robbins. I put my phone in another room. It is my alarm clock, but it's in the bathroom now. It's not next to my bed. So 1, I'm not looking at it in the middle of the night. 2, the notifications aren't keeping me awake. And 3, I have to get up to go turn it off, which gets me up, gets me going, and then I'm committed to the day already. The 7th thing that talk about is associate with your future self. We often put tasks that we don't want to do and tell ourselves that we'll get done later. However, later seems to get postponed to the point where it doesn't seem to happen at all. So this may happen to you will help you be disconnected from your future. But by brain imaging, brain imaging studies have shown that even the use of different regions of the brain to think about our present selves and our future selves. So if you are treating yourself as if something's already happened, or if you're treating yourself like your future success person that you want to be, if you're treating yourself like a stranger, which can affect your current efforts to reach your long-term goals. So if you are focused in on what you are wanting to do, and you are seeing yourself in the future as you've already done it, you're kind of training your brain that that's the direction to go, and that's a safe place to be, and that's where you're wanting to head. So think about it this way. You seem to assume that the future self will get everything done and is superhuman that can do it. You may be indulging in treats now, but if you're letting your future self suffer the consequences, don't treat your future self so poorly. Work to associate your current state to your future self. McGonigal says that if you visualize your future, your brain will start to think more rationally about your current choices. Imagine yourself working out for your aims to get fit. Imagine yourself, not eating the peanut butter. Imagine yourself, with the energy and the vivacious and the income and the things that you want to achieve. And when you start to believe that you are that person, when you start to imagine yourself in those positions, athletes use this all the time, where they visualize themselves running the race or doing the competition and winning. They envision themselves on the medal stand. They envision themselves in first place. And so if you are are putting yourself in that position, you're not only training your brain to think about how that looks and feels and that you already are there, but it's more likely to get your system and your body and your actions to align with that so that you can actually achieve those things, and your future self will become your current self. So that's one way to help you get your current choices to align with your future choices. And the last tip, number 8, that I have for you is don't fight your thoughts. Do you ever notice that the more you force yourself to stop thinking about something, the more it comes up to your mind? It's actually called an ironic rebound. And to prevent that from happening, you don't try to suppress your thoughts when it comes up. And just because you're thinking it doesn't mean it's true. So if a negative thought or craving comes into your mind, think to yourself, all right, I got this. The thoughts randomly come and go out of our minds, and just thinking about it doesn't necessarily make it true. Accept the thought instead of trying to fight it, and remind yourself that thoughts and feelings are not always under your control, but that you can choose your actions. So Dr. McGonigal also suggests that an exercise in which you can hold your thought, breathe in deeply, visualize the thought as a cloud passing through your mind, and then imagining it dissolving. The other thing that you can do that has worked really well for me is to take that negative thought and turn it around. Your brain does not process negative things, right? So if you are saying, don't hit that tree, don't hit that tree, don't hit that tree, what is your brain hearing? Hit the tree, hit the tree, hit the tree. Tony Robbins talks about, he shares a story at his sessions that there is a certain area, I don't even know where it is exactly, that people go off the road. It's kind of a curvy road, and when they're driving, there's like one highline pole that's in that space, and like all this open land. And when they're getting into an accident, they're going off the road there. He said more people hit the pole than don't hit the pole. There's all this open space, and if they were to, what's happening is people are thinking, don't hit the pole, don't hit the pole, don't hit the pole, and what happens? They run right into the pole. They have all this space where they could avoid the pole and just be in the ditch and get out of it. But so many of them hit the pole because that's what they're focusing on. Your brain does not process the don't. So if you're focusing on whatever you're telling your brain, don't eat that, don't drink that, don't sleep here, don't this, don't that, don't think that, your brain is thinking all of those other things. Eat it, drink it, think that. Do that. And so you got to think yourself, you could turn it around to a positive. So instead of saying, don't eat that, you can say, I will not eat that. Or I am choosing differently. I am going to put it down, right? You can turn it around into a positive for yourself, and so that you're doing what you want to do instead of using the negative. I hope that helped. I hope that's helped for you today. I hope that you take one of these 8 steps, and I want to know about you. I want to interact with you more. I want to see what you are loving about Choose to Rise. If you're able to apply any of these willpower tips to you and see what you're doing, I would love for you to get in connection with you. Join my Healthy Living group. It's free to be part of the Healthy Living group. And I just reach out and let me know if you want to be a part of it. We're here to help you rise up out of your current situation and to live your absolute best life. And so that's my mission. That's my goal. And that's what I would want for all of you, is to be your best and, make small choices over time that are going to compound and be big choices in the end. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you connect with you soon. I hope to be back with you here on Friday on Public House Media, and knowing that we're sponsored by the Good God Company, knowing that we're here with you for the long haul, really brings joy to my heart, and I'm glad that you're with us, and I can't wait to see you back here again on Friday. Talk to you later, everyone. Bye.